So today is Monday the 13th of October. As usual, we are all gathering here at this time to do our evening chanting. Expression of our gratitude to the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and reflecting the virtues of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. And also it is a time for the reflection on the teachings, reflections on how much we have been practicing, and reflection on what needs to be done. Further, it is also a part of the practice simply to develop our regular practice. So today, early morning, I went to the house blessing for the 5th anniversary of a doctor who passed away 5 years ago. He was a well-known doctor and also a scholar, and whenever he had free time, rather than going for the luxurious holidays, he would go to the temple and stay in a temple, study the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. That was his routinely practice. But in the meantime, he did not fail to provide comfortable life to the family. All the assets or all the incomes that he received, he was carefully dividing that according to the principles of the Buddha, that the Buddha taught how to divide. So with that, one portion of the income was kept for the investment, and another portion kept for the day-to-day use, and another portion for the future use, another portion for the family use, and so on. There's one portion for the temple that he would contribute to the temple regularly. That was his planning and organizing of his incomes. And as got old, he got into more Dhamma practice, and he passed away. So that's why it's very important that how we organize ourselves. And in the meantime, story of him going to temple regularly was another inspiration. That despite of a hustling and a bustling and a busy life of working in the university, working in the hospitals, and also providing facilities for the families, yet he did not miss the spiritual practice. And the spiritual practice is basically to develop a foundation that will help to be mindful in day-to-day life and understanding that the life is uncertain. Death could come at any time. So basically, he was mindful of his own life and every action he was dealing with. And that's actually the key principles of a Buddha's teachings. That's called a mindfulness or a sati. That the Buddha said that sati and sampajanya, the mindfulness and awareness, clear awareness, are the close assistant that will assist to have a beautiful life, which is actually a pillar of a Buddhist meditation too. Now we have to remember that the mindfulness or a sati is not just merely attention or a concentration, but it's a quality of a remembering. Remembering to be aware, remembering to know that what's happening in the present moment, and also to see it clearly without any distortions. Now in this case, the remembering, basically, we remember close past, we remember now, and also remember the near future, where will it be, where we are going to, such as after the chanting, we are going back to our room or our home and have a rest. So in the Buddha's teaching, that's why sati serves as the foundation upon which the practice of a samatha and a vipassana meditation resides. And the samatha and vipassana, although it seems or sounds like a separate, but they are not. They are not separate and also not opposition or opposing paths, but the complementary dimensions of a practice as arising from a same root, that is the sati or the awareness. Now in the practice of a samatha meditation, mindfulness is used to steady and unify the mind, so that mind will not be distracted, and mind will be continue anchored on an object of a meditation. The longer the object is being noticed, the restlessness and distractions will subside. And the longer the mind settles on the primary object, the calmness and the state of a collectedness or stillness of the mind cultivated. It's like the simile is like a still water that we can see through inside the water. So such like the mind becomes bright and clear and still. Whereas the inside meditation is that the mindfulness is used to observe and discern in order to understand the true nature or true phenomena. Now once the mind is calm, bright and clear, this mindfulness will allow us to see and experience the phenomena that arise and passes away. So in fact, it actually reveals the true nature the characteristics of a true nature, that is changing. The inability to accept or understand that change oftentimes brings the suffering, the dissatisfaction, and that actually causes it more trouble. Now, the moment when we see it clearly, with insight, then we realize that nothing remains the same, always changes. Then there won't be any miseries out of it. Therefore, the sati or the mindfulness functions as both the stabilizing of power and also illuminating the wisdom. Now, without mindfulness, the calmness is impossible, and also without the calmness, insight knowledge is also difficult. So these are interconnected. Now, the process of calming the mind, calming the body, one of the best way to deal with that is the mindfulness of the breath. It directly serves to calm the mind, and as well as it also encourages us or facilitates us to develop the insight. As we know that the breath is a natural object, it's always there with us from the day one we're born, and it's always in the present moment, never been in the past, or never will stay in the past, and also do not wait for the future. In the past we had experienced it, and in the future, as long as we are alive, we are going to experience it again. And yet it's very much visible and tangible object to use, which actually mind needs. Further on, it is not attached to this breath, or this observation of the breath is not attached to, or cannot be attached to, certain communities or certain beliefs. We can't say that this breath belongs to Buddhist, that breath belongs to the Muslim, that breath belongs to the Jews, Hindus, Sikhs, and so on. And in the meantime, we cannot even separate it. It belongs to the British, Americans, Europeans, Asians, and so on. The breath is universal. It's a natural breath. It's common to all. It's universal. And then it doesn't require any rituals. You don't have to have any rituals to pay attention to the breath. It's with us all the time. The only matter is that despite of such a valuable object that we are having, we hardly notice it unless we become ill or we become breathless. But the practice of a mindfulness meditation is basically we begin with this valued object, essential object that keeps the life goes on. Now, the moment when we practice of paying attention to the breath, actually we are practicing the awareness of the body, awareness of our feeling, awareness of our own mental state, and also awareness that these are impermanent and that changes, these are conditioned things. Obviously, it is not just a practice that we can do in the temples and the monasteries or at home, we can practice it in daily life. While we are walking, we can practice. While we are standing, we can practice. While we are waiting for somebody, something, somewhere, or on even in a supermarket before you pay in the till, or in a coffee shops, or buying things. Whenever there is a queue, always remember that this is a perfect moment to practice. So these are the ways that we can develop mindfulness in daily life. And this mindfulness in daily life actually really helps in our life to keep the mind in balance despite of the crisis, despite of the chaotic world that we are living in. The world is chaotic ever since it's built, or ever since it's created or evolved. And there will be change, constant change is taking place. It won't stop as we wish it to be. So that's why the practice of a mindfulness is that something that we have to take with ourselves in our life. Like this man, despite of a busy working life, he never failed to visit the temple, to practice the Dhamma, learn the Dhamma, until his last breath. So that's why, while we are, or our consciousness are still sharp enough, our physical body is fit enough, do not wait until too late to study and to practice the Dhamma. As the Buddha said, Dhamma will protect those who practice the Dhamma. Dhamma will bring the happiness those who practice the Dhamma. So, we have plenty of examples that when they lived with the Dhamma, they are more happier. And I also can guarantee that it is true. So, with this reflection, let's do today the chanting and the Mahasatipatthana Sutta again. Page number 19. We'll do the chanting along with the translation so that we know the meaning, further meaning of it. Ewame sutang, I have heard, ekang samayang bhagava kuru suviharati kamma sadhammang nama gurunang nikamo. Once the Blessed One was in Kammasadhamma village in Kuru country. Tatra ko bhagava bhikkhu abhante se bhikkhavoti. At that place the Blessed One said to the bhikkhus, O bhikkhus, bhadante te te bhikkhu bhagavato pacasosung. Those bhikkhus replied, Venerable Sir, Bhagava etata vocam. Then the Blessed One said, Ekayano ayang bhikkhave maggo. O bhikkhus, this is the direct path to freedom. Satanang visuddhiya, for the purification of all beings. Soka paridevanang samati kamaya, for overcoming sorrow and lamentation. Dukkha domana sahanang atang kamaya, for the disappearance of physical and mental suffering. Yaya sahadikamaya, for attaining the Dhamma which is the noble path. Nibbana sasachikiriyaya, for realization of the Nirvana. Yadidang chattaro satipatthana, this path is the four foundations of mindfulness. Katame chattaro, what are the four foundations of mindfulness? Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu, O bhikkhus, the one who follows the Dhamma and discipline. Kaye kayanupasi viharati, consistently contemplates each part of body in the entire body. Vedanasu vedananupasi viharati, consistently contemplates each feeling in the entire feeling. Chitte cettanupasi viharati, consistently contemplates each mind in the entire mind. Dhammesu dhammanupasi viharati, consistently contemplates each mind object in the entire mind object. Atapi sampachano satima, being ardent, fully aware, mindfulness. Vinaya loke habhencha domanasang, getting rid of worldly contentment and discontentment. Kathancha bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupasi viharati, O bhikkhus, how to contemplate body consistently. Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu, O bhikkhus, bhikkhu who follows the Dhamma and disciplines. Aranyagato va, dwelling in the forest. Rukhamulagato va, dwelling in under the tree. Sunyakaragato va, or dwelling in the empty place. Nisidati palankang habhujitavam, sitting cross-legged. Ujungkayang panitayan, sitting back upright. Parimukhang sating upantapetavam, sitting one's mindfulness in the presence. Sato so sato va hatsa sati, sato patsa sati. He who has mindfulness in breathing in and breathing out. Dikang va hatsa santo, dikang hatsa samiti pajanati. Breathing in long, he knows I am breathing in long. Dikang va patsa santo, dikang patsa samiti pajanati. Or breathing out long, he knows I am breathing out long. Rasang va atsa santo, rasang asa samiti pajanati. Breathing in short, he knows I am breathing in short. Rasang va pasa santo, rasang pasa samiti pajanati. Or breathing out short, he knows I am breathing out short. Sabakaya badisang vedhi asase samiti sikhati. He trains thus, I shall breathe in, experiencing the entire body. Also know I am breathing in. Sabakaya padisang vedhi pasase samiti sikhati. He trains thus, I shall breathe out, experiencing the entire body. also knows I am breathing out. Pasang payang kaya sankharang hasase samiti sikhati. He trains thus, I shall breathe in coming bodily formation, also knows I am breathing in. Pasang payang kaya sankharang pasase samiti sikhati. He trains thus, I shall breathe out, coming bodily formation, also knows I am breathing out. Sayathapi bhikkhave dakho bhamakaro va bhamakarante va siva. O bhikkhus, just as the skilled Vartana or his assistant, Digang vahanchanto digang anchamiti pajanati. When pulling a long rope, they fully know we are pulling the long rope. Rasang vahanchanto rasang anchamiti pajanati. When pulling a short rope, they fully know we are pulling the short rope. Eva meva ko bhikkhave bhikkhu. O bhikkhus, you are just like that. Evam pi bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupasi viharati. O bhikkhus, this is how one is contemplating the body consistently. Punacha parang bhikkhave. O bhikkhus again. Bhikkhu kachanto va kachamiti pajanati. When walking, he clearly knows I am walking. Thito va thito miti pajanati. When standing, he clearly knows I am standing. Nisendo va nisendo miti pajanati. When sitting, he clearly knows I am sitting. Sayano va sayano miti pajanati. When lying down, he clearly knows I am lying down. Yatha yatha va panasa kayo panihito hoti tatha tatha nang pajanati. Or accordingly, whatever posture of the body, he clearly knows of it. Evam pi bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupasi viharati. O bhikkhus, in this way, this is how one is contemplating the body consistently. Punacha parang bhikkhave. O bhikkhus again. Bhikkhu abhikante patikante sampachanakari hoti. Bhikkhu who is aware of stepping forward and stepping backward. Alokite vilokite sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of looking forward and looking besides. Samminchite pasarite sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of bending in and stretching out. Sankhati patachi varatharane sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of wearing his robe and carrying his outer robe and alms ball. Asite pite khayite sayite sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of eating, drinking, chewing, and tasting. Ochara pasavakame sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of defecating and urinating. Khate thite nisenne sote chakarite pasite tunnihi pave sampachanakari hoti. Who is aware of walking, standing, sitting, falling asleep, waking up, speaking and staying still. Evampi bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi viharati. This is way, bhikkhu, this is how one is contemplating the body consistently. Punacha parang bhikkhave, O bhikkhus again, Evameva kayang uddhang padatala adhoke samataka tacha parihantang purannanapakarasa asuchino pachave khati. Bhikkhus who contemplates body from the soles of the feet up and from the tips of the hair down, the body covered by the skin and full of manifold impurities. Ati emasaming kaye, the manifold impurities in the body consist of head hair, loma, body hair, nakha, nails, danta, teeth, tacho, skin, mangsang, flesh, naharu, sinews, ati, bones, ati minchang, bone marrow, wakang, kidney, hadayang, heart, yakanang, liver, kilomakang, diaphragm, pihakang, spleen, papasang, lungs, antang, large intestines, antakodang, small intestine, udariyang, undigested food, karisam, feces, petang, bile, semhang, phlegm, purple, pus, lohitang, blood, sweat, meto, fat, asu, tear, vasa, grease, halo, saliva, singanika, mucus, lasika, synovial fruit, mutanti, urine. Sayathapi bhikkhave ubhato mukha mutoli. Oh, because it is like a bag with the opening at one end. Puranana vihita sadhanyasa, full of various kinds of grains such as sayatitang, salinang, vihinang, muganang, masanang, tilanang, tandolanam, wheat, paddy, mung bean, soybean, sesame, and white rice. Tamhenang chakuma puriso munchitawa pachavekaya. A man who has a good eyesight, open it, could see that ime sali, ime vihi, ime mukha, ime masa, ime tila, ime tandulati. Those are wheat, paddy, mung bean, soybean, sesame, and white rice. Evameva ko bhikkhave bhikkhu. Bhikkhu is just like that. Evampi bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi viharati. In this way, O bhikkhus, this is how one is contemplating the body consistently. Punacha parang bhikkhave, O bhikkhus again, bhikkhu imameva kayang yathatitang yathapanihitang dhatuso pachavekkhati. Bhikkhu who contemplates the body in its position and existence as it is composed of element. Thus, Ati imasamin kaye patavi dhatu, apo dhatu, tejo dhatu, vayo dhatu ti. There are the elements of earth, water, fire, and air in this body. Sayatha bhikkhave tako gokhata kova gokhata kante va siva. A skilled butcher or his assistant were to kill a cow. Gaving vaditava chatum mahapate vilaso vibhajitava nisindo asa. And sit down at the crossroads with the meat cut into portions. Evameva ko bhikkhave bhikkhu. Bhikkhu is just like that. Imameva kayang yathatitang yathapanihitang thatoso pachavekati. Bhikkhus contemplates the body in its position and existence, as it is composed of elements. Evam bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupasi viharati. O bhikkhus, this is how one is contemplating the body consistently. Punacha parang bhikkhave, O bhikkhus again. Bhikkhus ayathapi pasaya sarirang sivatikaya chaditang. Bhikkhus who sees the left dead body in the charnel ground. Eka hamatang va, one day after death. Dvi hamatang va, 2 days after death. Ti hamatang va, or 3 days after death. Uddumatakang vinilakang vipobhajakang becomes blotted, turning green and festering. So imameva kayang upasamharati. The bhikkhu who should compare with their own body. Ayampi kopayo, this body of mine. Evang dhammo is just like that. Evang bhavi becomes like that. Evam anatitoti cannot skip such a fate. Bhikkhu sayathapi pasaya sarirang sivatikaya chanditang. Bhikkhus who sees the dead body in the charnel ground. Kake hiva kajamanang, being devoured by crows. Kulale hiva kajamanang, being
devoured by hawks.
Gecche hiva kajamanang, being devoured by vultures. Suwane hiva kajamanang, being devoured by dogs. Singale hiva kajamanang, being devoured by foxes. Vividhe hiva panakachate kajamanang, being devoured by many small creatures. Ati sankhalikang samang salohitang naharu sambandhang, being a skeleton with flesh and blood besmeared together with snooze. Ati sankhalikang nimmang salohitam tamakhitang naharu sambandhang, being a skeleton with fleshless blood besmeared together with snooze. Ati sankhalikang apakatamang salohitang naharu sambandhang, being a skeleton without flesh and body together with snooze. Atikani hapakata naharo sambandhani disavi kitani. Being a skeleton without snooze, scattered around. Atikani setani sankhavanna sannibhani. Being bones with white color as the color of conch shell. Atikani punchakitani terovasikani. Being bones piled up for more than 1 year. Atikani pyutini chunnakachatani. Being bones rotted and crumbled to powder. So imameva kayang upasamharati. The bhikkhu should compare with their own body. Evam bhikkho kayo, this body of mine. Evam dhammo is just like that. Evam bhavi becomes like that. Evam manatito cannot escape such a fate. Iti, as described, ajatang va kaye kayanupasi viharati. Bhikkhu who contemplates this body internally. Bhahidava kaye kayanupasi viharati. Contemplates body of others. Ajatta bahidhava kaye kayanupasi viharati. Contemplates both his own and body of others. Samudaya dhammanupaseva kaya saming viharati. Contemplates on arising of a physical phenomena. Vayadhammanupaseva kaya saming viharati. Contemplates vanishing of the physical phenomena. Samudaya vayadhammanupaseva kaya saming viharati. Contemplates the rising and vanishing of the physical phenomena. Atikayo tiwa panasa satipachupatita hoti. Yavadeva jnanamataya pate satimataya. Again, completely contemplating in the existence of the body is merely to know and be aware. Anisito ca viharati na ca kinchi loke hopatiyati. He is the one who has not been covered by craving and false view, as well as not attached to any worldly thing. Evam bhikkho bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupasi viharati. O bhikkhus, this is how one contemplates the body consistently. Go to evening chanting, last part of the evening chanting. Handhamayang udesanaditana gathayo panamasehe. Imina punya kamena upachaya kunutara. Acariyo pakara jamata pita jayataka. Suriyo chanti maraja gunavanta narapecha. Brahma maraja indha jalokapala devata. Yamo mita manosa cha manjata verika pecha. Sabbe sata sukhi hontu punyani pakatani me. Sukhan jati vidantentu ke pampa betavo matang. Imina punya kamena himina hudhisena cha. Chipahang sulape chevatanupatana chetanang. Ye santane hina dhamma yapane panato mamang. Na santo sabbata yeva yatha chato phave phave. Ojo cetang sati panya salleko viriyam hina. Mara labhantu noka sankatun cha viriyesu me. Buddha deva varo nato dhammo nato varuttamo. Nato paceka buddho cha sankho nato taro mamang. Te sotamanubhavena. Maro kasang labhantu ma. Now this is time for the practice of a meditation. So sitting in a comfortable position, relax yourself.